Hi everyone, thank you for joining Xinhua News Agency's coverage on the test flight of China's second C919 jetliner here at Shanghai Pudong International Airport, which will begin shortly. The development of C919 is a major step for China towards becoming a global aviation powerhouse. China is one of the world's only jumbo jet producers alongside Russia, the US, and Western Europe. The C919, China's first domestically developed narrow-body passenger aircrafts, made its maiden flight at the Shanghai Pudong International Airport on May 5th of this year. It was used to test flying conditions, onboard equipment, and landing gear, while the second jet here that we can all see will be tested on engine and fuel systems. A total of 6 C919 jets will be assembled for flying tests before it begins commercial operations, which is scheduled to take place around 2020. Now you are watching footage from the testing venue here at the airport of the C919 jetliner, where we await the test flight of this second jet. The aircraft is one of China's large passenger jets, and the first C919 jet previously made its maiden flight in May and has now completed several flights. The Commercial Aircraft Corporation of China, or COMAC for short, plans to produce 6 test aircrafts, with the second aircraft here being the subject of the test flight that we are all going to witness today in just a short while. Now, the C919 project was launched in 2006. 2 years later, in 2008, C919 maker COMAC was established in Shanghai. As we all know, Shanghai is one of the major economic centers of China, and it's a city with a lot of technological advantages in the aviation industry and boasts quite a mature market. A total of 3 aircraft models under COMAC are being introduced, including the regional jetliner ARJ-21, the narrow-body passenger C-91 aircraft here that we are going to witness the test flight today, and a wide-body aircraft to be jointly developed by China and Russia. COMAC obtained a production license from China's General Administration of Civil Aviation in early July for the nation's domestically produced regional jetliner, the ARJ-21. The company has received more than 400 orders from 19 clients. Since the first 90-seat aircraft was delivered to Chengdu Airlines in late 2015, nearly 15,000 passenger trips have so far been made by the ARJ-21 model. And that's quite an impressive number for an aircraft of that size and capacity. The first C919 jet will remain at Yanliang and undergo more testing to acquire its airworthiness certificates. COMAC has up to now more than 780 orders for C919 from clients all over the world. With a standard range of 4,075 kilometers, the C919 jet is comparable to the updated Airbus 320 and Boeing's new generation 737. Now, looking at the overall design of the C919, the airframe is, from its initial design to calculations, testing, and construction, independently researched and developed in China. The research and development of the airframe gave rise to multiple technical breakthroughs, such as the unique design of the supercritical wing and different applications of new construction materials. While some may think that the airframe is just the shell of an aircraft, experts emphasized that the development of the airframe represents a major technical component of large aircraft manufacturing. As one of the most difficult steps in the aircraft design process, the C919's airframe technology represents a major step forward for China's aircraft manufacturing industry. Again, thank you all for joining us as we anticipate the test flight for China's large passenger aircraft, this second C919 jet. Now, the previous C919 jet completed its third test flight on November 3rd, which lasted 3 hours and 48 minutes. The aircraft took off from Shanghai Pudong International Airport here and reached an altitude of 7,800 meters. Now, the second C919 jet has its engines switched on for the first time on November 2nd before undergoing its taxiing test. With a standard range of 4,075 kilometers, the C919 is comparable to the updated Airbus 320 and Boeing's new generation 737. C919's flight tests will include more than 700 items and may take as long as 4,200 hours. And, of course, 6 aircrafts will be assigned to undertake different tasks to test the flight performance of the country's first homegrown jets. Taking the second aircraft, for example, it will be tasked to test engine performance. This twin-engine single-aisle C919 is now in the process of applying for a flight certificate. The aircraft is designed to rival Airbus and Boeing, and it has received more than 780 orders from customers at home and abroad. While the C919 represents a major breakthrough for China's domestic aircraft industry, at the same time, experts call it a paragon of global cooperation. Major components such as the engines, avionics, control systems, and more are sourced from numerous joint ventures and partners across Europe and the United States. With major suppliers such as General Electric and Honeywell, the C919 project is a project of international cooperation. The C919 features major components from 17 Level 1 suppliers from around the globe, with Level 2 and 3 suppliers numbering in the hundreds. As one COMAC representative said, this is why the C919 is more than just China's pride. It also represents mutual benefit that stretches far beyond China's borders. Some experts believe that in order to succeed in an increasingly globalized business world, international cooperation is a must. From this point of view, the C919 provides significant economic benefits to each of its international suppliers and their nations. As we can see in posts on its social media accounts, Honeywell stated that nearly 1,000 of their employees across the world have worked to support the C919 project, and the entire Honeywell workforce shared COMAC's pride at the success of its first flight. Mr. Darius Adamczyk, chairman and CEO of Honeywell, was one of the first to send his congratulations to COMAC chairman Jin Zhuanglong, and Mr. Adamczyk's statement read, "We are extremely proud that COMAC chose Honeywell to provide 4 major systems for this sleek and modern aircraft. We are proud of our partnership with COMAC and eager to continue to help advance aviation capabilities in China." With 158 to 174 seats, the C919 aircraft will be used for medium-hull flights after it becomes commercially operational. According to its designers, the commercialization of the C919 will take 2 to 3 years before getting the required certification from the national aviation authorities. Now, the China-Russia Commercial Aircraft International Cooperation Limited is a joint venture between COMAC and Russia's United Aircraft Corp, launched in Shanghai in May. The JV will push forward the research, development, operation, and sales of a wide-body aircraft in the next decade. Research and development for a 280-seat wide-body aircraft with a range of 12,000 kilometers will also be launched recently, according to Mr. He Dongfeng, president of COMAC, at an aviation safety conference earlier this year. Again, now you are seeing the scenes for the testing venue of the C919 jet. This is the second jet here at Shanghai Pudong International Airport, and the test flight is just about to begin. We are now seeing the aircraft taxiing.
As we know, C919 is China's first homemade large passenger aircraft. Previously, aircraft 101 has succeeded in the first flight in May 5th this year and transferred to Yanyang Xi'an to carry out a test flight.
Oh, now we are seeing the aircraft going on for takeoff. There it goes, there it goes. Wow, will you look at that? You're watching the second C919 aircraft soaring into the horizon. Now let's take a look at a scene inside the control room. We see everybody cheering on this successful test flight. The successful test flight of C919 is a crucial step in earning its manufacturer, COMAC, a position alongside Airbus and Boeing as a major player in the large passenger aircraft industry, where the 3 players could eventually become known as the ABC of aircraft manufacturing. Alright, so we'll give our camera crew some time to rest while the flight is in the air. And if everything goes according to schedule, the flight should return to the Shanghai Pudong International Airport in around 2 hours, and we will be waiting here to see its hopefully successful landing. I'm pretty sure it will be successful. Again, the development of the C919 is a major step for China towards becoming a global aviation powerhouse. At present, only 4 regions of the world produce jumbo jets, and they are China, Russia, the US, and Western Europe. Now, some experts have jokingly said that with COMAC's entry into the global aviation market, then the market has become an ABC. The A represents Airbus, B represents Boeing, and C represents COMAC. Again, the research and development of the airframe is made in China and took place in China, and that the development of the airframe is a major technical component of this kind of large aircraft manufacturing. It is a very difficult step, very difficult process, and this technology really is a major leap forward for China's aircraft manufacturing industry. The first C919 jet completed its 3rd test flight on November 3rd, which lasted 3 hours and 48 minutes, so a bit longer than the one that we're having today. And also, just like this aircraft, that aircraft took off from Shanghai Pudong International Airport and reached an altitude of 7,800 meters. And COMAC also has plans to engage in a joint venture with the Russian United Aircraft Corp, and they will develop a wide-body aircraft within the next decade. Hopefully we can see the test flight for that as well. Now we are seeing the jet preparing to land. We're holding our breaths here, fingers crossed. And these are the joint efforts made by developers in China and its partners around the world. And hopefully we can see this aircraft go into commercial operation by 2020. And a nice, smooth, successful landing. Everybody's hard work has paid off. This is wonderful. Now let's take a look at some of the information that we have about this jet. Again, as we iterated earlier in the program, the first C919 jet relocated from Shanghai Pudong International Airport and arrived at Xi'an Yanliang Testing Base in Shanxi Province on November 10th, which was that flight's first intercity test flight. With a crew of 5 on board, that aircraft flew at a height of 7,800 meters during the journey of more than 1,300 kilometers, according to COMAC, which is, again, the Shanghai-based manufacturer of the jet. And this concludes the successful test flight of the second C919 jet here at the Shanghai Pudong International Airport. Thank you for joining Xinhua News Agency in Shanghai. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.